Hi Virgo, this is your reading for the week of February 16th, or when you hear it and it resonates, and it will not be for every Virgo. So, my dears, when I said to Spirit, what is it you would like me to share with Virgo today? What I heard was very specifically, tend to your soil. And then I saw an image of what looked like beneath the earth into the soil. And what I was looking for whether or not it had enough air, emotion, circulation, if it had enough water, nourishment, and also part of what allows you to stabilize. And also, just more than that, I'm looking at the soil and I'm seeing little bugs, but in a very beautiful way, not in a gross kind of icky way. I'm seeing the life that would be in a healthy soil. So you've got bugs, you've got worms, you've got all sorts of different aspects of vegetation that are in there at different rates of decay, all that cool stuff. And what I see next is I see you, and I see you as a plant, and I see you as a plant in earth that is very dried up. Now you look solid because it's become so rigid that it's holding you up, but it's not allowing the water, the nourishment to come up to you. It's not allowing the nutrients to be brought up through the water because there's not enough water. Now, what does that mean? I look at this and I go, the next card that comes up, well, the first card that comes up is power. So what this says to me as I'm tuning into it is that, power is not about your personality. Power is about, force is what your personality is about. Power comes from that wellspring of who you are inside, that higher conscious self that is anchored with your heart and your mind together and really touching into the energy of source that exists within you. So as I'm looking at this again and I'm saying, all right, if this is about your power and I overlay that concept to this image, then what that says to me is, for whatever reason, some of you have been in a situation that looked stable where you were planted, but it wasn't the healthiest situation for you. There were aspects that were missing, and you didn't necessarily realize it because some of you have gotten used to accepting less in terms of people's appreciation, people's respect, and even your own, which is usually the way it works. When we have it for ourselves, we tend to get it from other people as well. So what you're being told here is you have more power than you think, and your plant is not dead. Your plant is still thriving on top. Its roots are looking a little scraggly, but it's not too late. What you're being told is look at things as though it's a new day. Your power comes from your choice. You are being asked to say what you feel. If you are in a situation now, specifically with people, it's suggesting that you say what you feel, but you say it now, approach it from a new day. Okay, this, for example, this might have been a great situation before, but now it's dried up. Now there's no emotion in it. Now it's not nourishing you. So you can say what you feel about this situation and say it from now. It used to work. Now I'm needing something more or different. Or can we change it like this? Can we negotiate? Doesn't mean you're getting rid of everything. Doesn't mean you're digging up your plant and going somewhere else. But what it does mean is pay attention to what you are getting. Be in touch with your feelings and be curious about it. This is not about blaming anybody. This is not about blaming you or anybody else. This is about getting curious. What's working? What's not working? If I look at my life as though I'm a plant in a garden, in my soil, what does my soil have? What is it missing? And what's around me? What other plants are supporting me or not supporting me? Do I look like I'm all alone? Or maybe I'm in a plant pot. Who knows? But it's an image that you can play with for yourself. It's a wonderful way to get intuition rolling, is to give yourself a specific image and say, okay, now how does this look? What do I notice about this? What's missing? What's here? It's super important. The power card is the first card that comes up, and compassion is the next one. So this is about you claiming your power as an individual and doing it in a way where you don't have to judge and criticize anybody that's caused you to feel disempowered. You don't have to criticize them. You can be curious about why. You can be curious about how the situation got to be what it is. And you can, doesn't mean that you also don't say, don't like. You are going to be discerning that. But remember, your power comes from your soul. It comes from you being able to be in touch with your feelings and to be honest about them. And this may not even be about a situation with another person. This might be you just being honest with yourself about what you really feel about your garden and about your power and where that can change. Because if you're getting these together, this is telling you there's opportunity for change. Now, I do want to say one thing, and I don't say this always, but it came to me suddenly yesterday, and that was to say that if you are in any kind of situation that feels unsafe, your first situation before you start saying everything all over the place is make sure that you are in a safe situation. Okay? So I'm putting that out there for whoever that's relevant. Whatever these readings are, for me or anybody else, you always have to be the ones who decide what is right for you, and your wellness, your safety is always your first concern, okay? So I'm leaving that for you, Virgos, and I hope this is helpful. Take care.